Hi guys, this is Rohit. Today we will see concept of dependency injection in Angular, how it helps. It's an important concept and it will help in understanding services later on. So let us see what exactly it is and how it helps developers, you know, in Angular. So for demonstration purposes, as you can see, I have taken three classes: bike class, and bike class in turn depends on engine and tires. So it's a real world scenario where to make a bike you require engine and tires. So engine and tires are basically dependencies for creating a bike. So I've taken that example. So with our traditional uh, coding, the way we will do it is by creating an instance of engine and tires inside the constructor of bike to get a hold of engine and tires instances. Uh, so this is one way of doing it. Uh, Problem is this has a drawback. For example, if your engine and tires uh, classes evolve and they change, then every time we have to change the code in our bike class also. Basically, which makes it inflexible for development. Every time some other class changes, uh, if that class is being used by another class, the code inside this new class also needs to change. For example, if engine class evolves and expects one parameter for it to create an instance, and every time we have to give this parameter inside the constructor of bike class, which makes it really inflexible. Okay, so how can we avoid this kind of a thing? Well, one way of doing it is, let me just comment it out. I have already taken a code snippet so that you guys can understand. I will just comment that. So this is what I'm doing now. So we create instances of engine and tires class and any other dependency, let's say dependency A, B, or Z, or dependency Z depends on dependency A, right? And then we create an instance of bike class by sending the instances my engine and my tires created outside the bike class. We send it, uh, we send the instances to the constructor. You know, so this is an improved way of doing things. Where if uh, something happens here, your bike code does not change. You know, so this helps us here. Now, issue here is that there could be multiple dependencies for a bike. So this list may keep on increasing. For example, I have written here department A, department B, and then department B, and so on. So basically, developers have to maintain these instances separately, which is a tedious task. Uh, Instead, in Angular, what happens is uh, if you register each service, now my engine, my tires are services. We can assume them as services being used by bike class. If you inject, if you register these dependencies in Angular's injector, then Angular's injector takes care of all those, takes care of handling all those dependencies and interdependencies like we have in this scenario. You know, so we need not worry about creating the instances. Angular's injector, after you register your service, that injector takes care of this particular part. We just have to define the dependencies what want to use for our existing class, and then Angular's injector takes care of it. That is the basic idea. So uh, basically, three steps we have for using a service in Angular, which I have written here. We have to define and create the specific service class, register it with Angular's injector, and declare it as dependency in the component which wants to use it. You know, so this is the third three-step process which we have here. Let's uh, look into that aspect in the next tutorial where we want to see how we can use a service in Angular. So hope this concept of dependency injection is clear. Practically how we will implement that in Angular, that we will see in the next tutorial.